Woo! That is a heck of an intro. How are you? I hope you're doing great out there in Facebook land or YouTube land or Instagram land or Twitter land or blog land, wherever you end up seeing this. First, I am broadcasting it on my Facebook page. Hey, Tony Melendez, thank you for joining, a Penthouse Group member. Awesome, dude. So, hey, so here's what we're going to do. Hey, Jimmy and Fred, thank you for joining. You guys ask questions right away. I want to answer all your questions, okay? So I'm going to be on here for a while because I want to help you understand your opportunity to create your own successful online business. And as we're doing this right now, hey, Avi, welcome. We just launched Online Expert Empire early this morning. My team and I worked on this for 4 months straight. And in fact, you know, as I'm saying this right now, it's Monday. And for Saturday and Sunday, I worked 12 to 14 hours both days to finish it up because we decided at the last minute to give you even more. Several people have already joined in. Thank you. It's been a ton of work, a lot of work, but it's been awesome. And so far, the feedback's been exceptional. So that's great. But a lot of people still have questions. You know, they want to know, how can they turn what they do into something online? But also, here's what matters too. It's not just something that you do, but it's something that you love. So I want to hear what some of you love. Hey, Steve Krebs, please feel free to ask a question. Actually, Steve Krebs, my good buddy, is an excellent coach as well. He contributed his expertise to module number 1 of Online Expert Empire. So thank you so much, Steve. He helped us get our mindset right, because no matter what you want to do online with your business, no matter how you want to proceed, if you don't have your mindset right, meaning that you believe it's possible and you have a strong belief in yourself, that is called self-efficacy. Are you familiar with that term? Self-efficacy. It is a strong sense that you can do what it takes. You will find the resources. You will do what it takes because you believe in yourself. That's having a strong sense of self-efficacy. And that is critical. It's critical to have that before you do anything else. Who was it that said this? Oh my gosh, I just heard this the other day and I can't remember who said it and I can't give them credit, darn it, but it wasn't me that said this. It was a gentleman, and he said, the only thing you should be arrogant about is your ability to learn. And I thought, that is brilliant, because you want to be nice to everyone, and you want to be kind, and you want to be humble, and all that stuff's good. But the only thing, if you're going to be arrogant about something, is that you have arrogance about your ability to learn, because you'll do what it takes to learn, to get what you want in your life, for your family, so you can live your ideal life and do what you want as much as possible, and hopefully every single day. So you guys ask me some questions about what you're doing. Fred, tell me what you do for a living. Jimmy, tell me what you're doing. I already know what Steve and Avi do. I'll get to you guys in a second, but let me see who else is here. Tony, I'll give you an example of what Tony's doing. Tony is a world-class baseball coach and also strength and conditioning expert for baseball players. And he has taken his passion and his expertise for baseball, and now it used to be TM Baseball in New York, and now it is the Baseball Training Institute, which is offering training and conditioning for all different types of athletes, and soon educational and certification programs for coaches as well. Emile Giraud, what's happening, Emile? So you know what? I'm going to give you as another example, Emile. You guys, listen. Here's what I'm saying with this. No matter what your passion is, no matter what you do, no matter what you love, no matter your hobby, you can turn it into a highly successful online business. And there's hybrid models, which I'll explain as well, online and offline. And that's what's taught in Online Expert Empire. So Emile is a body transformation expert. His expertise is in figure, physique, bikini, some bodybuilding, but more the figure, physique, bikini realm. For getting people ready for competition, posing, diet. He's really knowledgeable on diet, nutrition, nutraceutical supplementation. And also now he's kind of transitioning to more of a plant-based diet because he's learned so much more about that. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So what Emile does is he has an incredible training studio in Long Beach, California. And he has he has a physical location there, but he also collaborated with Nesta to create our figure and physique training specialist course. So if you guys have taken that figure and physique certification from Nesta, Emil is the author of that course, but he also coaches and mentors and trains people online, and he helps other trainers and coaches build their figure and physique business in other parts of the country and other parts of the world as well. But he helps people, like maybe there's a competitor in Connecticut and he or she can't find the coach they want. Emil has systems in place that he's created over time. Hey, Jennifer, I want to hear from you too. Now, Emil can coach and train and consult anyone who wants to change their figure, their physique, want to do a bikini competition, any type of, you know, I'm at a loss for words because I know there's figure, physique, bikini, and then there's different levels in bodybuilding, stuff like that. And each one is slightly different classifications and stuff like that. But he helps people do that at a distance while he still maintains his physical facility in Long Beach. Some people want to do both. They want to do physical and virtual. Hey, Kate, how are you? You know what? I'm going to talk about you here, and Kate, and I will keep certain things private as I know I need to. So I'm going to talk about some of the different people that are coming on here and what they can do to create an online empire based on their expertise. It's all in onlineexpertempire.com. So I talked about Emil. Now, and Jennifer, tell everyone what you do as well, and I'm going to give some examples how you can take that online and grow that. So, Kate, what your expertise is in is how do I describe this and say the things that I only can say because I know. Crisis management, security at facilities, and different things like that. Hey, Connie, how are you? And so basically, you can do what you're doing now for these different government municipalities, Kate, and you can also take that and turn it into a private consulting firm based on all your expertise, because you're brilliant, because I know you're brilliant, because you're a good friend, and I know how smart you are. You can double, triple, quadruple your income, set your own hours. And the thing that is important about it, Kate, is because I know how excited you are about it. I know how passionate you are about it. I know how smart you are. You're super, super smart. You're one of my smartest friends. I know how good you are at this. And so when I see you not blossoming and smiling every day, but instead you get frustrated because of the bureaucracy and the red tape and some of the crap you have to go through, I feel bad because I know the potential. And I know you make a good living now, and I know you have a good life, and you have a good family, and all that's great. And I know you can do so much more, and it makes me a little crazy that you haven't done this yet, because I know you can, and you can transition to do this very, very easily. Because, look, I mean, while you're working 3 jobs, you also got a PhD. You're smart. You have no problem handling stuff. You can do it. So Jennifer Brand, so I'm going to leave you alone, Kate, but we're going to have a conversation. Jennifer Branding, you're a fitness coach, yoga, meditation, restorative arts. I like that. So restorative arts, would that be like Feldenkrais and movement, Tai Chi, Qigong, things like that? I'm not sure. Hey, Rob Wynn, how are you, buddy? Internet, Doug Cotter, glad to see you here, buddy. So glad you're okay. So Jennifer, so I tell you, fitness coach, yoga, meditation, restorative arts. That is actually easy to do. Okay, and Bonnie does Reiki, transcendental meditation. So that kind of coincides actually with what Jennifer does. So this applies to you as well, Bonnie. So what you can do is you can do online classes. You can create educational courses. They can be downloadable. It can be an audio. It can be a video. It can be a PDF manual. You can write a physical book and have them done on demand by print-on-demand services. In fact, Amazon has some of those as well. And you can actually sell a physical product on Amazon if you choose, or you can just do downloadable and sell it on your site or places like Coursera, Udemy, and Lynda. Let's go to Lynda. And there's a whole bunch of different sites like that where you can sell them. You can also put them through a network, an affiliate network like ClickBank, just like it sounds, ClickBank. And they have a network of people who will sell those products for you. You generally do a 50-50 revenue share with those people, but who cares if you have 500 people selling your product and you don't have to do any of the work and you give up half the money? I'm good. I'll do that all day long, all night. In fact, I sell that I have a self-defense program I sell through ClickBank, and I sell it every single day. And about 90% of my orders aren't even within the United States. So there's tremendous opportunity. So Jennifer, with fitness coaching, yoga, meditation, and restorative arts, I like that phrase, restorative arts, but I understand it because I've done body work and I've done Eastern philosophies and all that kind of stuff. So I understand what you're talking about. I'm not sure if a lot of people would understand what restorative arts are. So you might say like gentle movement therapy or gentle movement to restore vitality. I mean, something like that. You have to massage it a little bit. And then so people say, well, what is that? Well, I'm a fitness coach, yoga, meditation, and I do restorative arts like Qigong, Reiki, Tai Chi, Feldenkrais, Heller work. I don't know. A lot of people are like, what the hell is he talking about? But you know what I'm talking about. Those are all different kinds of passive and active modalities for human movement and restorative movement. You can choose and have a menu item and put all those together. You can do online classes like this. You can teach people. If I were standing up and I move this out of the way, I could teach a class here and I could teach to one or many. There'll be thousands of people who watch this video. I could teach it to thousands. They could watch it live or later. Then you can later sell them something that would enhance their life, their experience, which also allows you to live your life, right? So there's a lot of different ways of doing this. So yes. Ooh, I like it. Yes. Why aren't you doing it now? Come on, man. OnlineExpertEmpire.com. There's someone else. Are you still here? Georgios Senshi. Obviously, you're a martial artist because that picture of you doing that kick is crazy. I wish I was quite that flexible. I'm close, but not that flexible. Let's see. So, Avi, you do chef services and training and nutrition. So you can combine that and just create an online course which combines like how to cook for your family. How you could do recipe book for recipes that are high in protein, low in saturated fat that your kids will love, and they only have 3 ingredients. And you can do a whole cookbook on that. 3 ingredients, fast, simple, healthy, delicious family recipes. So then you do like a cookbook, and then you can do a smoothie recipe book. Then you can do a nutrition guide. You can teach them how to shop at the grocery store. You can show them how to clean out their pantry. You can combine that downloadable or online program, and then that maybe it's $100, right? You sell it for $100. Could be 50, could be 100. Let's just say you sell it for 100. But if they want to do video coaching like this, like I'm talking to you right now, that could be another $100. So that could be what's called an order bump. So you get $100 if you want the program, but if you want my personal consultation, regardless where you're at in the world, just like this on video, that's an additional order bump. So you can do that regardless where you're at. That's the beauty. Here's the thing, you guys, listen, this is important. A lot of times people say, but I live in a small town and no one likes my stuff, or they don't get it, or I'm too progressive or whatever. None of that matters. Zero. None of that matters. Why? Because now the world is your client base. The world is your client base. The only limitation you have, says an itchy eye, the only limitation you have is your ability to reach those people, which we teach you in Online Expert Empire, but you can do it just like this. Here's a free way to do it. Facebook Live is super, super easy to do. It reaches lots of people. And also people that speak your same language. You only need to think about, well, who am I targeting that speaks my same language? But also, here's another thing. Now, live, you have to be able to be bilingual. Sí? Comprende? Sí. Okay. However, that's the extent of my Spanish. Actually not. I can speak a little bit. If you want to make a physical product or a digital product, but not a live product, you can have it transcribed. You can have it subtitled. You can have it dubbed in another language. I've written about 7 books, and the novel that I co-authored was translated into, I forget, 7 or 9 languages. I mean, some of them were, it's the Asian languages and Russian and Hebrew. I mean, like, I had no idea what it said, but I'm hoping they got it right. But it was translated by the publisher. But it's just an example. I'm not saying you have to publish a book and do it in other languages. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's an example of what's realistic. That here, you guys want a hint? I'm going to put this in the comments here. Watch. You want to see how simple this is? I just put it in the comments. Upwork.com. Upwork.com. Go there and just do a search for people who can translate your material into other languages. Go there and see who can transcribe a video like this into written word. So now you have a video, and then you have transcription. Then you go there and find someone who can typeset it for you, and then format it, and then put it into an ebook. Now, I teach you how to do all that, but if you're like, hey man, I'm lazy, don't care, don't want to do it, I'm just going to outsource it, cool. There's a free resource. That's one of many, 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 many resources we give an online expert empire. But right there, look in the comments, upwork.com. I have a gentleman that does all my video editing for me. I do some simple stuff on iMovie, but I'm thinking I don't have the time to do it, and I'm not that good at it. I'm okay, right? Steve and Amir, I want to hear what you're doing. Amir, I think you do martial arts or fitness. So I want you to tell, do you train in jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, or do you teach it as well, Amir? Let me know what you're doing, and I'll give you some examples of what you can do online. But you guys, listen, if you don't have a skill set, that doesn't mean that you can't make a program, product, or service online, right? So I'm actually going to pull something up here. Hang on, I'm just give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull up. I should have done this a second ago. There's so many different things that I'm teaching you in this program. I actually just want to go over some of the things that you're taught and then explain how you can use that. If you want to get the program, great. It's a 100% money back guarantee. It's pretty awesome. 100% money back guarantee. And it's 50% off for the first 50 people. I mean, that's crazy, right? And so let me just go over here real quick. I'm just looking at my other screen here just to show you the modules. It's onlineexpertempire.com. So look, here's the things that you need to know to grow an online business. Now, here's the thing. Do you need to know all of this? No. When you learn all of this, does it make you more money? Yeah, because you're going to learn all the different ways to generate revenue. But I don't want you to do everything at once. Because people are like, yes, 10 ways to make $100,000 a year, and so that's $1 million. Yes, that's great. I want you to make $1 million as well, but chill out, one thing at a time. And that's why this is all done chronologically, because I don't want you to freak out and go, woo, I'm going to do everything, and then you do nothing well, okay? So module 1 is an introduction to online entrepreneurship, success, mindset, and business 101. You have to know how to structure your business properly. So as an example, you need to know how to set up a corporation. You need to know how to register your website. You need to know how to get your website done. You need to know how to set up your YouTube accounts. You need to know if you need liability insurance, like all those kind of things. It's easy. It's not a big deal, but you just need to do it. I mean, literally, you can do all that stuff in a day. But you just need to do it, and you need to know what to do, and you also need to know what not to do, what to avoid. What is a pitfall? What is a pain in the butt? What's going to waste your time? I don't ever want you to waste your time. I want you to shortcut success, compress the time that it takes you to get to your goal so you can enjoy the rewards of your goal for a longer period of time. So Amir or Steve, tell me what you guys are doing right now, and I'm going to share with you how you can turn that into a successful online business. Anyone, someone tell me, what do you want to learn? What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing right now, and I'm going to share with you several ideas of how to turn it into a successful and highly profitable online business, okay? So you tell me. So in module 1, I give you about 3 hours of training of just mindset, business fundamentals, and all the fundamentals and all the strategies. I also give you 2 bonus books in there too. And then module number 2 is awesome. Because if you guys have known me for a long time, you know I went through a personal brand redo, and my personal branding expert, Kevin, and also my photographer, David, both contributed to module 2 about developing your brand. So it's about, you know, your logo. Your logo is part of your brand. But hey, Kat, please ask some questions. So your logo is part of your brand, but it's a very small part of your brand. You know what your brand is more than anything else? More than anything? It's how people feel about you and your company. Did you know that? So how do people feel about Apple? People are passionate about Apple. Are they customers? No, they're fans. And I want people to feel that same way about you. And when you position yourself correctly as an expert, authority, a key person of influence, a guru, a noted person who has the expertise to solve people's problems, you position yourself like that. But it's more than a logo. It's more than your website. It's more than your business card. It's the culture that you get or you create. It's what you do, is what you say, and it's what you don't do and what you don't say. It's the company you keep, the pictures you put on social media, and much, much more. It's all those things. And you know when someone has a brand that resonates with you, you're like, oh, he or she is awesome. And I don't know what it is, but I really like them. So why is that? It's because of the way they've cultivated the brand. Maybe it's their messaging. Maybe you just like the message that they're giving you, how he or she speaks to you. But it's also about the persona, and it's about how they put everything together. And when you do that correctly, and let's just say you do it correctly, but this person doesn't, and you have exactly the same thing you're offering, the person who's put it together correctly and built a strategic brand will do far, far better. And you also need to stay on point with your brand as well. That's why this is always behind me as much as possible. Sometimes I'm on location or doing different things. I don't have this, but whenever possible, you see all my stuff. Consistent colors, right? Consistent font, all these things. My font is called Oswald. All right, so that's module number 2. Discovering your perfect customer avatar and niche. Module number 3. Here's the thing I want you to think about. You can say niche or niche. People like niche because it rhymes with rich, and the riches are in the niches. So there you go. Your customer avatar is the ideal person who wants to buy your programs, products, or services. That's your avatar. Who are they? Where do they live? What is their gender? What is their age range? What are their shopping habits? What are their health habits? What are their social habits? Where do they go on vacation? Are they married or single? What kind of car do they drive? What do they believe? What don't they believe? How do they spend their spare time? What do they watch on TV? Who else in your industry or is offering someone like you, similar to you, that they like? All these factors matter. That's your perfect customer avatar, and they have the ability and the desire to buy your program, product, or service. How do you identify that person? Well, in module 3, I teach you how to do that. And also I teach you how to define your niche or niche, whatever you like, it doesn't matter. Not now, because I want you to focus, but when we're done with this, I want you to think about something. I want you to go to the search bar in Facebook, and you search for a person or a group or whatever, and I want you to search for a group of people that would share an interest that you like, whether it's kettlebells, healthy cooking, gardening, cross-stitching. I mean, I can't believe I knew what that is. French bulldogs, my 2 puppies are sleeping right next to me here. Whatever it is, you go and search that, not now, but when we're done, just make a note and do that, and you'll see all the groups related to that. You'll see 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000 people in some groups. It's crazy. You realize that those people have the same passion as you. Those are the people who can buy your programs, products, and services. Now, don't go there and start pimping your stuff in those groups. You're going to get kicked out. That is very poor form. But go there and learn. What are they doing? What are they saying? What problems do they have? What common theme keeps reoccurring by the people who share this passion with you? That's how you get ideas for your programs and products and services. Then, well, I mean, the training I give you goes into much more detail than that. But you also learn how to create the programs, products, and services, digital, download, physical, and otherwise, that you can offer to them. Also including coaching, training, mentoring, consulting, masterminds, retreats, seminars, workshops, all kinds of stuff. So you can do a hybrid of online and offline for those people. Currently, Facebook does not allow you to market to a group. However, you can market to a fan page. But I want you to join different groups and learn the behaviors of the groups, the desires and the challenges and the issues of members of these groups that share a common interest with you, because you're going to learn how you can solve their problems. But once you create your program, product, or service, then you're going to do that same search and find the fan pages. The fan pages. Some people call them the like pages or the business page, whatever you want to call it. Because you can target most of those, not all of them. You can target most of those and find the same type of people or the exact same people that also like those fan pages. Then you run your ads on Facebook to those people to sell your programs, products, and services. So there is a lot of different ways of doing this. And have you ever thought about that? When you start looking to see, here's what happens. People say, there's not enough people who like it, or I already know 3 people who do what I do. Who cares? How many billions of people are in the world? 8 billion people, like in 4 billion or something like that are on Facebook and YouTube. I mean, who cares? 3 people. I mean, honestly, it just doesn't matter. Hey, Joseph. Joseph, can I talk about what you're doing? Can I do that? So, hey man, can I talk about what you're doing? Because you're doing something really cool as well. So here's another thing, you guys. And by the way, so that's module 3, and there's 15 modules. 15 modules. So Joseph, who just commented, he is in the interior design industry, and he doesn't look like an interior design. He looks a designer. He looks more like a biker. In fact, he does ride a motorcycle, but he wears a beanie cap and he's got a beard, and he looks like a tough guy, but he's super nice. So what he has done, though, is to grow his business. This is another example, you guys. Listen, he came from the lighting industry, like lights for the ceiling, and lights like decorative lights and sconces and outdoor lights and all that kind of stuff. He came from that industry, but he loves design and he loves media, and he's super smart. So he said, what am I going to do? So he started doing Facebook Live videos, Facebook Live. And in fact, some of his Facebook Live videos have gotten over 100,000 views, 100,000 on a Facebook Live. Now, here's the thing. In most cases, about 90% of your total views will happen after the live broadcast. However, he's getting hundreds and hundreds during a live broadcast. Hey, Michael, I want to hear from you as well. Tell me what you're working on. I'll tell you and teach you. That's silly. How to turn it into a successful online business. So what Joseph has done is his live. You know what, Joseph, if you want to put the link to your page so they can see your Facebook Live, go ahead and just put it in the comments there so they can see how successful you've become with this. We had when we had the Scott brothers on, those are the Property Brothers. They just cleared 300,000 views from their Facebook Live. 300,000 from is it Drew, and I forget the other guy's name. Sorry. Anyway, super cool. But put your link up there so people can see what you're doing, because it's so brilliant. But now his Facebook Live is so successful, he has sponsorship, you guys. And I can't run over the numbers with you because it's none of my business. But he's doing all right. And it's because he figured out how to leverage Facebook and make a very good living just doing Facebook with his passion, his hobby, and his expertise. Do you think you could do that? I bet you can. That's just one example. Just one example. And in fact, I had a buddy that was on here earlier, and he built a multiple 6-figure coaching business by only doing Facebook Live. Isn't that incredible? You can do the same, but there's proven strategies. You have to know how to do these different things. And so within these 15 modules of Online Expert Empire, we teach you step by step how to do all of these different things. And remember, it's 50% off for the first 50 people, or Tuesday, May 1st, is it? Yeah, Tuesday, May 1st. I think that's a Tuesday, whichever comes first. And there's a 100% money back guarantee. And by the way, while I'm waiting, so you've made $70,000 under 6 months just doing Facebook Live. So you guys listen, Joseph made $70,000 in under 6 months by only doing Facebook Live. That's it. He didn't sell anything. He sold advertising because he has so much viewership that people, major people. Actually, I'm going to give him this one little thing, Joseph. I'm not going to say too much. But have you guys ever tried to call Facebook on the phone? Have you ever tried to call Facebook? Have you ever found a phone number for Facebook? No. Joseph is so successful with his Facebook Live, Facebook called him. I am not kidding. And so, you know what, Joseph, we're gonna do some work together. I would love for you to do a little something for the Online Expert Empire community, if you would. That would be great. And then I'll serve you in some way as well. If you'd be willing to do that, that would be awesome. So you guys, look, that's just another example. Looking to close another $140,000 in advertising from Facebook Live, you guys. That's just one example. That just blows my mind. He's not even selling a product. But Joseph, we got to talk about that. You do need to sell a product, and we're going to talk about that. You got to call me tonight. We're going to talk because you're leaving money on the table there, even though you're killing it. That's so awesome. So module number 4, by the way, you guys, is essential equipment for your successful business. You don't need a bunch of equipment. Actually, what the irony is, like Joseph operates his entire business that he is close to almost $200,000 closing a deal on for his Facebook Live. He runs them on 2 phones, like it's like T-Mobile or something. He doesn't even have like some fancy account. It's just T-Mobile, and that's how he's running this whole thing. Can you think about how hard you work for $200,000? And then think about how hard he's working because he's working smart, leveraging technology, building an empire online, and understanding how it works. You can do the same thing. That's what I'm teaching people. And I know some of you have known me for a very, very long time, and other people are like, who the hell is this clown on Facebook? You're welcome to Google me until your heart's content. I have been doing this stuff for a very, very long time, since June 1st, 1992. I've been online since 92, 93. That's when it started. Actually, I think the internet started technically, when Al Gore invented it in like 91. But I've been doing this a very, very long time. Oh, he's got an $80 phone on Metro PCS, and that's how he runs a business. And he'll probably, by the end of the year, you'll probably crack $250,000 by running. He doesn't have a computer. He's doing this on, you guys. I'm telling you, you don't need thank you. I'm so glad you said this right now, Joseph, because it just illustrates that you don't need a bunch of fancy stuff. You guys, most of the time, I can't let you see my ID there. Hang on a second. There. I run most of my business from my iPhone. I think this is an 8 Plus. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's an 8 Plus. But I do most of my business from my iPhone all day, and then I come here to edit a quick video, or if I need to lay something out, I have 2 screens here, but most of my business is done here, and I've made millions and millions and millions of dollars just from my iPhone. And I want to teach you how to do the same thing, you guys. Please don't, let me ask you something or tell you something. Please don't say it's for someone else, or I don't believe it's possible. No one is more deserving than you. No one is less deserving. We're all equally deserving. And you have brilliance, talent, experience. You have a lot to offer. You have skills. And Juan, as an example, thank you for joining us. You're a karate master. You have skills that people want to know all over the world. So I know you do a lot of in-person coaching and training, and I know you do a lot of tournaments and stuff like that. But Juan, you need to create online programs for your system of karate, because I believe you do a lot of sports competition and point sparring and things like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you can create online courses and make a lot of money and grow your karate lineage directly and indirectly. There's a lot of different things you can do. And speaking of karate, so now my jiu-jitsu and judo instructor, Leandro Lorenco, just came on. And by the way, I have a karate and my jiu-jitsu guy. Today, I did kung fu and taekwondo. So I think we covered all the different martial arts here. It's awesome. So Leandro, as an example, is a 2-stripe Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt and a national judo champion. He has one of the biggest, most popular, successful MMA gyms in Las Vegas that many UFC champions have trained at, and a lot of other top competitors when they come into town. And it's where I train when I'm in Las Vegas as well. There's so much that you can do with jiu-jitsu. You can do jiu-jitsu strength conditioning, jiu-jitsu for guys over 40. You can do a whole program on wrist locks. You can do a whole program on takedown. And because Leandro, because you're a national champion in judo and you're so high level in jiu-jitsu, why don't you teach? Now, we talked about this before too, and I want you to do this. You can teach about how to use judo for jiu-jitsu, or how to blend judo with jiu-jitsu, because there's transitionary phases. You know what I'm talking about. There's a difference between a wrestling takedown, a judo takedown, and a jiu-jitsu takedown. But a lot of judoka people are much better at takedowns than jiu-jitsu guys. So why don't you teach that and film it and make it into a program and sell it on your website? You're crazy. You're crazy not to do that. You're world class, man. You absolutely need to do that. What does Emil say? Such a cool time to be alive since 1990. Crazy, right? Oh, so the internet. Yes, the internet started, I believe it was 91. You can look on YouTube, and actually there's people debating, did Al Gore invent the internet? It's so funny. So I want to hear something else for you guys, but so I talked about, now on module 5. Remember, there's 15 modules. The 5th module is social media mastery. The people who contributed to my course, by the way, all my experts who contributed, world-class people, Chris Record, Billie Jean, Kat Sullivan, Larry Loic, Ryan Lee, there's Kevin Stimson. There's so many people that contributed to this. Collectively together, and I approximated this, okay? It's not an exact number, but I approximated that the total earnings of all the people with their students is over $1 billion. $1 billion. Hey, Brian McCormick, you just joined us and we broke Facebook. Why does this matter to you? I want you to break Facebook. So Carl, I want to hear what you're doing as well. So Brian McCormick, a member of the Penthouse Group, a member of the JSE Mastermind, and he was the first person in the world to order Online Expert Empire. Woo! Why don't you tell people what you're going to do with it, Brian? You're also a martial artist, but you have a lot of other stuff. You're doing e-commerce and things like that. So back to module 5 real quick, you guys. So I teach social media mastery, Facebook, LinkedIn. Actually, Corey, who is a member of the Penthouse Group, has high-level expertise in getting free business leads on LinkedIn. I also have an incredible expert on YouTube. Brian, wait till you get to the YouTube section. It will blow your mind. I have to go back and watch all that again because it will absolutely dramatically change my business forever. And there's so much, and I was working so hard to get Online Expert Empire launched that I haven't been able to implement all this stuff yet because I'm so excited. I got to just go back and do it. And then Kat Sullivan, the princess of Pinterest, it teaches. Actually, there's 2 hours of Pinterest training in there. 2 hours. Kat was so instrumental in helping me. I went from 50,000. That's 50,000. I had to think about it. 50,000 impressions a month on Pinterest to now I get over 4 million impressions a month on Pinterest. And that brings me in a lot of money. It doesn't mean I get $1. It doesn't mean I get $4 million a month from Pinterest, but it's a lot. It's significant. Enough for a car payment and a mortgage payment and probably all my groceries every month just from Pinterest. It's not a small mortgage. So there you go. It's actually awesome. It might be more than that. I have to look, but I think that's safe to say that. So Brian, what are you going to do? You're going to do martial arts? Tell me, give me a rough idea of what you're going to do so I can give you some help here. Here's in module 6, you guys, in module 6 in the program, this is so incredible. So Chris Pirelli was kind enough to do extra training for me, plus give us the entire Video Authority training program. It's nine hours of video, 9 hours. Plus we did another hour. So it's actually, might be 10. Actually, I need to change that. It might be 10 hours of video, but it's easy to follow and it's broken down. It's really linear, logical, progressive, easy to understand. Plus a 20-page manual plus study guides. And there's a whole bunch of bonus videos in there as well. Teaching you how to use your iPhone, how to use other smartphones, how to use a small camera, how to use an XLR camera, how to set up a video, how to stage it, how to do your lighting so you look younger and more attractive. That's always good, right? All these different things to make your video look good. Have you noticed how some people's video always looks good? And you're like, man, they always look good. I want to look that good on camera. It's not that they always look that good in real life, because sometimes you see them in real life and you're like, holy crap, what happened? But on camera, where you need to learn how to do this right, it's lighting, it's the positioning of the camera. It's how you separate yourself from the background. It's contrast too. I wore a dark shirt because the logo's dark, but everything else is white. I wanted to contrast. So it's little things like that you learn. You know, if I had a yellow shirt, it might be bright, but it's not going to contrast enough with the white. So I chose this to have contrast. That's just just one quick tip, that you're going to learn, but way more. You also, if you choose, you're going to learn how to edit and use ScreenFlow, Camtasia, iMovie, and Final Cut Pro. You don't have to, but we're going to teach you how to do all of that. Then we're going to also teach you how to do all that to make Facebook video ads too. It's really cool. And then there's extra bonus video footage. So that's all in module 6. And remember, you guys, this all has 100% money back guarantee. All the details are on the site. And it's 50% off for the first 50 people, or Tuesday, May 1st, whichever happens first. So if everyone orders today, it's over and it goes up to full price. Okay. Linda, tell me what you're doing. You just came on. Freddie Pekier, did I say that right? Tell me what you're doing as well. So that was module 6, you guys, of Online Expert Empire. The link's above. So Brian McCormick, you said you're going to do, I'm on fire, man. I haven't taken a breath and I didn't have any water. I don't even have any water in here. I'm just going to keep going. Online coaching to men over 40 that are wanting to ditch their dad bod. You ditch the dad bod. Get that right now. Ditch the dad bod. I like it. Dad bod gone, or ditch the dad bod. No one take that. No one take it. Brian, go register it. Go open up a new window and get that right now. Ditchthedadbod.com. I like it. If anyone else gets it, I'm going to be super pissed off. Don't do that. Brian, get that. Okay. And we're still building our e-commerce business. Cool. Hey, you know, so that's a great thing. So we're over 40, so we get it, right? I'm almost 50, so that's even different. Darn it, things change. So that market for men over 40 is great. It's an example I gave to Leandro earlier for jiu-jitsu. You have to train differently in jiu-jitsu when you're over 40 because you have different strength. You might not be as fast, but you have what's called old man strength. That's what they call it in jiu-jitsu. And you have to train differently. You have to do things differently. You have to be more cognizant of how you're going about it all. So there's certain things that you can do. That's a really good niche. And also, you're super fit. You have a lot of experience in different martial arts disciplines, and they will appreciate that. I would actually put in some of your martial arts training in some of the dad bod gone stuff as well. Ditch the dad bod. Do that. And put in some martial arts training, shadow boxing, dynamic flexibility, diet for them, and then things that they can have with their family too, and alternatives. Teach them how to go grocery shopping for healthy stuff. You can. That's such a great market, you guys. Men over 40 is brilliant, Brian. And by the way, if someone goes, "Oh man, Brian's doing it. I can't do it," you guys, there's room for everybody. Do you know how many people there are that do business development? Now, we all do it a little bit differently, and we all do entrepreneurship a little bit differently, but there's a lot of people who help other business owners. I don't think anyone does it quite like I do because I come from a background of brain training and personal development and mindset first. And I bring all of that into the business because if you don't have that right, your business is going to fail. So Brian, I definitely will add that. Thanks. All right. And go buy that domain if you haven't already. So you guys, by the way, if you're just joining us, Online Expert Empire is live, 50% off for the first 50 people, or ending next Tuesday, whichever happens first. Don't miss out. It's 50% off and it's 100% money back guarantee. This is the most comprehensive thing I've ever created. And I've been developing programs, products, and services online for, well, over 20 something years. And I've sold tens of millions of dollars of programs. And this is the most comprehensive course I've ever created. In fact, Phil Nicolau was the second person, Brian, behind you to order today. And he says, I can't believe how much stuff you gave us. This is absolutely incredible. And it really is. But because it's broken down these modules, it's easy to digest. And there's a chronology, there's a lineage, there's a progression, there's a logic to it. So you don't get overwhelmed and go, oh my gosh, all this stuff. John, what'd you do? Take your time. Bing, 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 bing. Go through it. And it builds your character. It strengthens your mind. It opens and expands your possibilities. And then you grow your different income sources. It's awesome. Let me tell you guys something before I go on to module number 7 here and tell you what's in there. There's an incredible satisfaction when you create something that you're totally passionate about and you change and enhance people's lives around the world. It is such a neat thing, especially because you're building a business based on your passion and your hobby and your existing skill set, because you want to talk about it and you're excited and then you're like, man, this has changed my life. I can't wait to help someone else. It's that one thing that you can't wait to talk about. For a lot of my friends, it's martial arts. For other people, it's design and art. For other people, it is travel. I have a lot of friends that are passionate about travel. whatever that is, when you get to share that with people and then think, you can make hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars a year doing that. Now, there's some people who are watching this right now that are cynical. They're saying, John, you're full of crap. Great, I'm full of crap. Not really, but if you want to believe that, go ahead, because I can't help you. I can't reach you, and you won't be helped, and you will be stuck doing the same damn thing you're doing right now. So there are some people who are cynical. Here's the thing. Cynicism is horrible because it holds you back and it doesn't allow you to really see the opportunities that exist in your life. However, hey, Phil, thank you for joining us. And give a comment, because you're the second person in the world to purchase the program, Online Expert Empire. So cynicism is terrible. It holds you back. Being cynical people are just kind of nasty too, right? But a bit of skepticism is okay. And that's why you do your due diligence, you do your homework, and you do your research. And that's why I'm here too, to answer questions for you so you feel even more confident before you order. But when people are cynical and they go, oh, that's a bunch of crap, and that person's a charlatan, and that doesn't work, and you're broken. You're broken. So I can't help people like that. But you know what? I have people that are on this, I was going to say call. Technically, it's a video. Like Brian McCormick. You know, we've been working together for years, and you've done really well. Phil Nicolau, you've grown tremendously, personally, professionally, financially. You've grown, and it's because you weren't cynical. It's because you believed it was possible, and you also are willing to listen and do the work. And so I commend you for that. And what's the result? You have a thriving business. You serve people in your community, and now you're growing your online presence so you can serve people all over the world. You make more money. Now you have a great relationship as well. You got all kinds of cool stuff happening in your life because you're able to put it all together. That's awesome. And Phil, I'm super, super proud of you. How cool is that you get to do that? But it's because you weren't cynical. It's because even though you might have been skeptical, you go, yeah, I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to give it 100% once I get the course. And you've done a lot of my courses, actually. I think you've done more than almost anyone in the world, Phil. I think you have. Actually, you're number one. I think you have done more of the courses, programs, and classes that I've offered than anyone else in the entire world. So I appreciate that so much, and I'm glad that I've been able to help you. So let me go on real quick. So I did module 6, which is video marketing. Module 7, I mean, this is a lot of stuff, you guys. Information, product, and creation blueprint. So this is a complete training system. We broke I don't understand what your question is, Joseph. We broke Facebook. Why does this matter to you? Elaborate on that for me. So I did a workshop. This is filmed live, teaching people how to make online courses, downloadable programs, information products about no matter what you do, no matter who you want to serve. And it breaks down like, this is how you shoot the video. This is how long the video should be. This is where you host the videos. This is how you sell it. This is the shopping cart you use. This is the email that you use. This is how you do a webinar. Like literally everything. It's all in there. And then on top of that, we just shot a new video to go with this. And I interviewed, and we did a screen share with Scott Gaines, who's the vice president of 3 of my companies. And he's brilliant. And so what he did is go in, like, so all of that for the information product and online course blueprint, that goes from basic to intermediate level, which is fine because that's all you really need. And I've done that and have made millions of dollars with just that. What he does is if you want to take it further, and he studied pedagogy, instructional design, psychometrics, all that fancy stuff. Woo! You're like, what the hell is that? Basically, it is the methodology for creating high-stakes testing. It is advanced curriculum development for online adult self-directed learners, all those sorts of things. So if you want to get down in the weeds, we have that too. We just call it the extras for experts. You don't have to apply that particular information. We just give it because some people want that advanced, super deep, nerdy knowledge, and other people are like, I'm good with the other stuff. So we give you both. So it's totally up to you. So let's see, who else has a question? I got to train. I'll check in later. All right, good. See, Phil even has to go because his business is thriving so much. He's got to go do stuff. He said, your stuff is always solid and no nonsense. Yeah, I don't like BS, nonsense, and wasting time. Surprise. Much appreciated and respected. Always believe I'm not done yet. I know you're not. I think you're just getting started, and I commend you for that, Phil. So module 8, you guys. And by the way, if you're just joining us, this is all about the online expert empire, how to turn your passion, hobby, or existing skills into a successful online business. And you can do it for 50% off for the whole training program, and it has a 100% money back guarantee. Woo! And all the details are on the website. So module 8, this is awesome, you guys. So one of my first teachers was named Topher Morrison, and he is one of the preeminent speaker trainers in the country, and he's exceptional. And so he added hours of speaker training to this course as well, because imagine right now if you're watching this and listening to me and I didn't have the ability to communicate and speak effectively. It would be painful for me and you. So when you, and he's my coach, he's one of my coaches. So when you learn these skills, you have the ability to communicate more effectively, and you can also be more confident on camera. You can be more, well, this is camera too, it's Facebook Live. You can be more confident on a podcast. You can be more confident on stage, doing workshops, seminars, retreats, doesn't matter. And you can also get paid for speaking. Some of you know, I've actually been paid $5,000 for speaking about sleep. Yes, sleep, at the Big Sleep Show in Chicago. And so for 1 hour, I spoke, and they put me up at a nice hotel, 5-star, the whole deal. And I got paid $5,000 an hour to talk about sleep and how it pertains to fitness and sports performance. Awesome. So obviously we also teach about sleep science in one of my schools. So that's where I learned a lot of that as well. But the point is, you can make a lot of money as a professional speaker online or off, because you can also get booked on like multi-speaker online summits and things like that. You can even create your own online summit. You can create your own online course, and you can be the coach, the teacher, the presenter, but you have to be able to speak effectively. So module 8 teaches you how to do just that. So again, if you're just joining us, onlineexpertempire.com, 50% off for the first 50 people, 100% money back guarantee. It's all about turning your passion, your skill, your hobby into a skill or an online business that can make at least 6 figures. My goal with the program is for you to make $100,000 in 6 months. $100,000 in 6 months. Can you make more? Yes, of course you can make more. It always depends on how much you apply yourself. So, and I have some of my students that have gone from $80,000 a year to $3 million a year, but I can't say that's going to happen to you because I don't know how hard you're going to work. I don't know how much you're going to follow through. And by the way, that took more than a year to do that, but it's still pretty awesome, right? But you got to apply yourself. If you just register and then sit on your butt, nothing happens. You have to apply yourself, but it's fun. It's interesting. It will expand your mind and you'll love it. Oh, now Joseph is getting paid $52. Okay, so here's another example. So Joseph just commented, he's now getting paid $5,200 to speak at events. $5,200. And how much were you getting paid to speak at events before you started your online business doing Facebook Live? The answer is 0, right? I'm gonna guess, but correct me if I'm wrong. So simply from taking his offline passion of the lighting industry and interior design and art and the business of art and design, and taking it online and creating a really cool show. Put the link down for your show too, Joseph, so everyone can watch it and learn from it as well. So he's done this. We just went out to dinner maybe a month ago, and he laid out the whole thing for me. And it's just so awesome. So he'll make about $200,000 this year just from doing Facebook Live without selling a product. That's just from sponsorship, because what did he say that he with the Scott brothers, what am I trying to say? The Property Brothers, they just reached 300,000 views. 300,000 views from that Facebook Live from the Scott brothers. And because of that, he's become iconic in the design industry literally overnight. It's so brilliant, so smart, Joseph. And so now he's already made, I forget, you have to look through the thread here and see the numbers, but he'll probably clear close to $250,000 this year just in Facebook Live. 6 months ago, none of this existed, but he believed in himself and he went for it and he followed the system and the things that we're talking about now. So, and then because he created this brand, he was now getting paid $5,200. It's probably an hour to speak in an event. It might be 90 minutes. Who gives a crap if it's 90 minutes for $5,200, right? I mean, some people don't make that in a month. So yeah, I'll stay for an extra 30 minutes. It's all good. And he said he made zero. Well, you're going to make $650,000 when all 14 sponsorships sell. All right, cool. So that's the maximum number so that's how much you can make a year without selling any other product or doing any other paid speaking events. Just your Facebook Live will make you $650,000 a year. That's awesome. Look, here's the thing, you guys. Oh, and now he's working on a series on Netflix or HGTV. That's right. I remember you talking about that too. And this all came from, darn it, you guys, Facebook Live, because he took his offline passion and brought it online. And you can do the same. Please don't be cynical and say, well, that's him. He got the idea. But what a bunch of crap. Do you listen to yourself when you talk like that? Knock it off. You can do anything you want. No one is holding you back except perhaps yourself. So whatever doubt you've had, if anyone has ever told you to doubt yourself or whatever, tell them to kiss your ass. You don't need them in your life, and none of that matters. You can do anything you want, and I will guide you every step of the way. You deserve to have the joy of turning your passion, your hobby, your skills, and your expertise into the thing that you do every day. If you want to be an employee for someone, a lot of people just like that. They want to go home at 4 or 5 o'clock and they're good. That's totally fine. No problem. But if that's unfulfilling for you and you want to do something more, if you want to build your own empire, if you want to make a difference in the world and feel excitement every single day, then this is what you need to do. You need to build your own online expert empire. And so as an example, with what Joseph has done, is so he took his passion for art, design, and lighting and started, put your link down there, Joseph, for the so people can watch your Facebook Live and they can see your replay so they know what I'm talking about, and I want to get the name right. I don't want to say it wrong. You can do exactly the same. Have you ever seen me, how do I say it, unpassionate, non-passionate, lacking passion? Have you ever seen me do that? No. Why? Because I'm freaking excited every day, because I literally get to do what I want every single day. I work hard, and I work super, super hard over the weekend to make all this happen so the launch could happen on time. And I worked hard for 4 months. But during that time, I'm training with a bunch of different martial arts masters. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to fine dining. I'm going to the spa. I'm getting a massage. I'm sleeping in. I'm playing with my dogs. I'm going for walks. It's not like I'm killing myself. I work hard, but I have fun, and I get to determine how I do it, when I do it, where I do it, and with whom I do it with. And I want you to be able to experience that, because it's an incredible sensation. You know, another incredible sensation, when you wake up in the morning and you look at your phone, and I'm just going to plug in my code here, and you see how many different people have ordered your program from different places in the world. So you could sell a program by coach. Actually, I just got an order. Let's see. You know what? Right here. Let me just see. And I swear this is true. I can't show you their information. It's someone in Los Angeles, actually, and $279. Yes, cool. So I just made $279. That is real. I can't show you the person's information. That wouldn't be cool, but I swear that's true. All right, that's just Facebook telling me an ad was approved. So look, you guys can do exactly the same. You can. Please don't, here's what I want you to think about. I want someone else to tell me their niche or niche. Tell me what it is, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can make money online with it. This is what's crazy. Like, there's so many people watching this live right now. Speak up. Ask a question. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. And this is what's crazy. Like, here's an opportunity, a learning moment. You can learn how to take your passion, your hobby, the thing that you love to do, the thing you can't stop talking about, and you get excited about it, woo, every time you think about it or do it, and you can make that your living. You can, but you don't yet believe it's possible. Maybe, right? Do you believe it's possible? Look at Joseph did it, and then we talked to Phil. He did it, and Brian McCormick is doing it right now. He's doing drop shipping. And Emil, wait, I said Emil. Leandro is now doing that. Juan's going to do it. Joseph is killing it doing that. Greg wants to do something with archery. Kat Sullivan, she's actually one of the contributors to this program. She's doing it with marketing. She's an expert in marketing and Pinterest. She took an offline business of helping people with their business and turned it online, and now has a marketing agency, and she does really, really well. In fact, her business did so well last year that she went on several luxury vacations, and most importantly, she adopted a family with kids with terminal illness, and she adopted them for Christmas and was able to provide all the presents for the entire family for Christmas. Isn't that neat? Isn't that cool? And that was done with a charity that we support called Miracles for Kids. So they were able to do that because they generate so much money online doing what they love. It doesn't matter what you love. I mean, it could be anything. You guys can monetize anything. I mean, like literally fly fishing, survival, prepper, hunting. If you're a gun enthusiast, you can do that. If you're self-defense, if you like audio, car stereos, aftermarket car parts, training journals, podcasting. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can do all of that. Okay, John Porterfield. Woo! All right, thank you. So John Porterfield's one of my friends, students, cool guy, very smart. And so what he does, this is awesome. So check this out. He's a wellness coach, and he became, I forget the exact reason why, John, you have to remind me, but he became passionate about helping people with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, and sometimes Epstein-Barr related conditions. I know sometimes people use that interchangeably. And he does wellness coaching specifically for people with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. So don't tell me that there aren't niches that can be monetized. First of all, I mean, John, tell me, how many people in America suffer from fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue? I'm going to guess it's millions. Let's just say, I'm just going to do some quick math here, you guys, okay? And John, just point it out to me. Let's just say there's 1 million people, okay? So is 1,001%, is 1,001% of 1 million? Did I get that right? Okay, over 6 million. Okay, so let's just do this. Over 6 million people. Watch this math, you guys. I'm just using my my computer. I'm sorry, my calculator on my iPhone here. So 6 million people. Okay, 6 million. And let's just say you got 0.01, so 1%. 1% of 6 million people with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia is 60,000 people. All right, so then let's take, wait a minute, that's still too many people. I mean, that's crazy. So let's just say that each of them only paid you $20. That's $1.2 million if they only paid you $20. Well, let's just say it's 60,000 people is 1%. 60,000 people is 1% of 6 million. So let's just say it's 1,000 people. Let's just say you have 1,000 people that you help, but they do a program at $200 a month for 5 months. That's $1,000. So times 1,000, that's $1 million. You see that? So only 1,000 people, no, 100 people? I'm now getting all goofed up with my numbers here. Anyway, you only need like 1/10 of 1% of a group like that. 1/10 of 1%, and that's only if you offer one service and you still made $1 million. You get it? Hey, Chris, welcome to the show. Chris, tell me what you do for a living, and I'm going to show you what you can do to turn it online or make it online and grow your business. So, yeah, John, yeah, I know, exactly. So here's what you need to do, John. I know you're doing well. I know your business is growing. I know you're running some different Facebook ads and stuff like that. What you need to do is you need to get on camera and talk directly to camera, as I am right now, and talk to the people that have fibromyalgia. Now, I know you have to be careful with Facebook when you're making medical claims and all that kind of stuff with pain. And I know you do have to be careful with that. But there's a way to describe it. And you can do Facebook Live. Every day, here's what you do, John. On your fan page, on your business page, every day you do a Facebook Live. Just do this, okay? For 5 minutes, do a Facebook Live. Why a Facebook Live rather than a recorded video? Because people think of it as an event. More people will watch it live and after the fact if it's originally live, even if most of the people watch it after it is archived. Does that make sense? So do a Facebook Live, all right? And every day, John Porterfield, specializing in Epstein-Barr, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, wellness coaching. you are going to say, hey, this is John Porterfield. I am your fibromyalgia wellness coach. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to enhance your sleep, because I know, as someone that suffers from chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, that it can be incredibly challenging getting quality sleep. Here are 3 strategies to help you improve your sleep so you feel better tomorrow. Let's get started right now. Number 1 is to, and you go through the 3 things that are simple to enhance the quality of your sleep. Have a ritual before bed, lower the temperature in the room so they can reduce their core temperature. And then if it's appropriate, they can take supplemental melatonin or meditate or something like that, or have some sort of physical ritual that will relax their body. Those are just 3 simple things. There's a lot of different things you can do to improve sleep hygiene. You know that. So those are just 3 examples of what you can do. Do something every day. Hey, it's John Porterfield with your daily fibromyalgia health tip. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of an anti-inflammatory diet. And right now, we're going to talk about foods rich in omega-3, which is an anti-inflammatory nutrient found commonly in cold water fish and in flaxseed as a supplement, or in different blah, 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 right? So you can talk about it like that. So easy. So you say who you are, what you're going to do, deliver the promise, make sure they have the promise, then give them a call to action, what to do next. You have to establish credibility. If you don't establish credibility, then they don't know that you actually know what the hell you're talking about, and they are less likely to buy from you. Also, you need to, hey, Diane, how are you? Woo, your hubby just got the program. So you have to go, think of it like this, you guys. When you're online and you're promoting your business online, you have to go on a bunch of mini dates. Think of it like that. You're going on a bunch of small dates. And every time you have a point of contact with someone, and you communicate with them, and then they see you on Instagram, then they see you on Facebook, and then they see you on a live like this, and then they hear you on a podcast, and then you get an email from them. It's all touch points. And it's like going on a bunch of small dates where you're building rapport with the person you're building a relationship with. That's the way it works, okay? So have you guys noticed that I'm everywhere that you're looking, especially this week? Watch what happens. That's not an accident. That's strategic, because I want to build even more rapport. A lot of you I've known for years and years and years. But the point is to grow rapport, to build your fan base, to let them know that you're an expert, and you're also there to serve and help. You have to be in the service of other people, obviously. Okay. So, Carl, tell me what you're doing. You can't watch the whole damn show and not talk to me. Tell me what you're doing. Aloha. I'm guessing you're in Hawaii. So what island are you on? Tell me what you're doing there, okay? Mahalo. All right, so hang on a second. So I talked about, module 9. You guys are just joining us, onlineexpertempire.com, 50% off for the first 50 people, and it's a money-back guarantee. All the details are on the site. Click the link at the top there. So module number 9, there's 15 modules, you guys. We've already talked about 1 through 8. This is number 9. Successful online experts reveal their secrets to you. This is crazy. So as an example, one of the people I interviewed was Caleb Maddox. Do you guys know who Caleb is? He just turned 16. He's already a self-made millionaire. He's written 8 books. He has his own publishing company with his father. I've actually shared the stage with him 3 times now. Actually, one time he and I were on stage with Jack Canfield not long ago. That was kind of cool, right? From Chicken Soup for the Soul. Are you finishing your 3rd book? Toastmasters Kapula. That sounds Hawaiian. I'm guessing you're in Hawaii. What island are you on, Carl? Tell me. So one of the experts, a yoga business here and online. Cool. Well, tell me about your yoga business online. How are you doing it? And I'm going to help you get more business right now. Just give me a quick rundown, Carl. The other person, we have Kelly Hart, who is an online fitness coach just for women, and her specialty is helping women get a good booty. That is a specialization. And she does very, very well with her business. And she's a Penthouse Group member as well. She's doing exceptionally well. And she's one of the experts that will tell you how she built her multiple 6-figure business in the online fitness space. She doesn't even want to teach a fitness class live anymore because she makes so much money and helps so many more people online. She could do it, but she doesn't want to. Oh, you're on Maui. I was just on Maui. Love Maui. Very, very cool. So tell me about your online business. How are you serving people online, Carl? Let's figure out how we can enhance it. Another person that is on the the success experts in module 9 is my friend Keith Yackey. He has a $1 million plus business doing coaching and consulting online, helping people grow their business. And he talks about how he grew his business. So he gives you all of his success secrets as well. And then I have Nicholas Barely, who is, how old is Nick? He is 26, maybe 27, still pretty young. He basically went from an out-of-work carpet cleaner living in his van, and this year he'll make about $700,000, both online and off, doing online coaching, mentoring, men's mastermind groups, and also a live seminar event. But it's a hybrid model. And so I'm one of his mentors, and I've spoken to his events, and he's an awesome guy, and he teaches you a lot of his secrets as well. So you're going to learn all these different things. That's all in module number 9. Carl, okay, excellent. So Carl lives in Maui, and he has a yoga studio, I'm guessing, on Maui, and he does personal training and holds online weekly classes. Well, that's cool. So let's talk a little bit about your book. So your book is about setting your intentions and goals. That makes perfect sense if you're a yogi, right? Because that your intention has to be aligned with your yoga practice, right? So that's perfect. Here's what I want you to think about, Carl. You don't always make a lot of money selling a book. You make a lot of money having a book. I'm going to repeat that because this is important. This is a clear distinction. Unless you're J.K. Rowling, Stephen King, or someone like that, and you get $1 million book advance, you're probably, hey, Andy, welcome. Carl, you're probably not going to make a bunch of money selling your book. You'll make some, but not a lot selling it unless you get a huge advance. That's just the way the publishing industry works. But you can make a lot of money having your book. Here's how you do it. When you go to an event to speak, you give a copy of your book to everyone at that event, and then you become the focal point at that event. You have to do it with permission of the event organizer, obviously, and especially if it's your own event, doesn't matter, you're in charge. And then it's a nice gift, they're grateful, and then they want to know more about you, and it's like the ultimate brochure. First of all, you're an author, so that's awesome. Most people won't do that, and you did it, so that's great. And then you give them away. You can also make a PDF out of the book and give it away as a free download in exchange for an email opt-in on your website. You can also use your book as a free plus shipping. So you give away a physical book, maybe a paperback or a hardcover for free plus shipping. So let's just say that the book has a value of $15, $20. Let's say $20, but you give it away for free. Your cost in the book is probably $2 or $3, probably. If you self-published, which actually in our course, we teach you how to self-publish also. And then let's just say the shipping actually costs you $2, but you charge $6 for shipping. So now you cover the shipping plus your wholesale cost of the book, so you're break even. But now that you've captured the credit card information, you can offer them additional coaching, mentoring, training, your online stuff, all that in addition, because you've already given them a gift which has value. You're giving them a $20 gift for free. You've fulfilled your end of the bargain. Now you're saying, by the way, I also have these other things. Are you interested in purchasing them as well? So there's a lot of different things you can do like that. So remember, unless you're Stephen King or J.K. Rowling, you probably won't make a lot of money selling your book, although you may, but you'll probably make a lot of money by having a book because it establishes credibility. If two people have exactly the same talents, abilities, capabilities, years of experience, and the ability to communicate effectively, but one person has written a book and the other one hasn't, guess which one instantly gets more credibility? That's just the way it works. So oftentimes you'll do a book to establish your position in an industry. And it's also a good way for you to get on media, because a lot of times if you want to get on the local news or whatever you're doing like that, or if on a podcast or anything like that, they want you to have a book so they can talk about the book. It also is a follow-up for the viewers of the show or the listeners of the podcast. And that way it's a calling card. And by the way, in your book, I'm not sure if you said you're done with it or not, but you must offer something else in the book, Carl. You must give something else in the book. Maybe give my book away for free. I would do free plus shipping if it's a physical book. If it's a digital book, I do free plus shipping first. Have that run its course, and then later you can do a digital version of it and do Kindle and things like that. So by the way, like in the back of your book, you say, okay, they're going to, what's my next step? They finished their book. They've already built rapport. They love you. You've helped them enhance their life, but they're going, I want more Carl. I want more Carl Powell right now. What do I do? In the back of the book, you tell them the next steps. In fact, you could do it at the beginning of the book. Throughout this book, you will learn blah, 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 blah. Please know that I also offer coaching, consulting, mentoring, training, workshops, retreats, seminars, masterminds that cover the topics in these books. You could also have this book lead into a monthly continuity coaching program. And then the monthly continuity coaching program leads into a mastermind. And then that leads into super high level training like I have. I have one that's $50,000 a year for my elite training. And I only do 1 or 2 of those people a year. That's it. So does that help? I mean, there's so many ways to skin this thing. And by the way, you are doing great with your stuff in Maui, you know, with your yoga practice and your studio stuff. That's awesome. But you know that you only can teach so many yoga classes a day. You know that you can only find so many good practitioners on the island to teach so many classes a day. And then also you need a break, man, right? But you can do something once. Here's the key, you guys. Work hard once and be paid many times over for a very long period of time. So what can you do once that is based on your passion, your hobby, your existing expertise, and build something, create something that you get paid for many, 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 many times? Now, over time, you may need to update it and modify it. New information comes available, a new distribution method, and that's cool. That's easy to do. But you worked hard once for the creation, then benefit many, many times over. That's the key, right? So who else has a question and wants to ask this? We've had 52 comments. That's awesome so far. So this is Online Expert Empire, where I teach you how to turn your passion or your hobby and your existing skills into a successful online business. My goal is for you to make your first $100,000 in 6 months. It's up to you to do the work, but that is absolutely feasible to do that. Jimmy Prince. Hey, Shannon. Okay, Shannon, we're gonna talk about you, Shannon Bravado. And Rusty, how's it going, man? So real quick, Shannon, hang on, because I'm going to talk about what you're doing real quick, but I just want to talk about the next module here. So the next module is module 10. Remember, there's 15 modules in Online Expert Empire. We've already gone through 1 through 9. There's 15. So here's number 10. Email marketing, website traffic, podcasting, and webinars. Whew. That's a lot in one module, but it's broken up very thoughtfully and chronologically and easy to follow. And it's conversational, and we do screen shares, and some of it is experts talking, like we're talking right now. It's a combination of things, and then a lot of resources and links and things like that for you to get set up as well. And by the way, some people are saying, well, how much is it going to cost to get all my business set up? Not that much. I mean, like software might cost 50 or $100. Most of the apps are free on your phone. You already have a computer, and you have a smartphone. And that's literally like 90% of what you need. The other things are like anecdotal. So it's not much. It's more about putting in the effort. All right. So module 10, email marketing. I interview and we do a screen share and go through all of ActiveCampaign, which is the email service that I use and I recommend. And a lot of things carry over as well into other systems. But best practices, how to reduce spam, how to get a higher deliverability, email frequency, how to create an email autoresponder sequence, opt-in strategies, and all that kind of stuff. That's all in the training. And then website traffic. Vince Reed is a brilliant internet traffic expert, and we go deep talking about how to get more traffic to your website and how to get lead generation for your website. That's a great training. And then podcasting. I got my buddy Michael O'Neill, who is the host of the Solopreneur Hour, one of the top-rated podcasts in the world, one of the top-rated ones on iTunes as well. And he teaches you from soup to nuts, beginning to end, A to Z. Let me think how many others I can say. All of it, the whole shebang, about how to start a podcast, where to host it, how to interview guests, how to growth strategies, all those different things on doing podcasting. So that's in there as well. Now, again, do you have to do all these things? No. You just need to choose which of these things after you go through all the basic training. Then you just have to figure out which of these things am I going to do to generate revenue. And then once you master one of them, or one is cranking, then you go, okay, I'm going to add another one. Okay, I'm going to add another one. And right now, I have, well, if you count each course that I have like probably 55 sources of income. But if you count all the educational programs as one source of income, and then you just count different things that I do, I have like 7 or 8 different sources of income. And some of them make millions, and some of them probably do $5,000 a year. But cumulatively, it's great, right? And not all of them are going to be a home run, and that's why you do different things. Also, I have my primary ones that I focus on. For me, it is online education and online coaching, and then my in-person programs that we offer at the Penthouse in Las Vegas. That's my bread and butter, and all the other things are just complementary, and that I enjoy getting extra income from each week. In fact, one of them, people ask me, what do you do with the revenue from these other sources of income? For one of them, every month I have it offset for 1 week here, 1 week here, 1 week here, and I buy cryptocurrency. And then I buy gold. I buy cryptocurrency, I buy gold. I buy cryptocurrency, I buy gold. Every week it rotates. And I use some of my sources of income for that. I never see it. I don't miss it. I don't care. I don't need it. And it just grows my nest egg. And so that's when awesome part, it's not a huge amount. I'm not saying that that's millions of dollars. I'm saying that that's just fun money, that some people would call it mad money or pocket money or however you want to describe it. It's not my primary source of income, but it grows my net worth without me having to think about it and struggle and be challenged. And I still, by the way, I still invest in tax-free and tax-deferred retirement plans, SEP, IRA. I have some stocks, not a lot, but I invest a lot in building my business and various real estate and things like that. That's personally how I invest. That's a whole different story, but a lot of people ask that question. And then we learn about webinars. So when you guys go to onlineexpertempire.com and you register for the webinar, I'm using a company called EverWebinar, which is part of Webinar Jam. One of their key technologists does part of the training for the people who join Online Expert Empire to teach you how to do webinars. Webinars are incredibly effective. In fact, the opt-in rate for my webinar for Online Expert Empire is like 90%, which is insane. I nailed it this time, because if you get a 50 or 60% opt-in rate for someone who comes to a webinar registration page, that's still really good. And then the show up rate sometimes is only 20 or 30%. The show up rate for mine is like 85 or 90%, which is insane. I'm just honored and thrilled. But what happened is I learned the strategies that here, this is kind of an insider secret, but here it goes. So I did the training for Online Expert Empire with the guy who teaches webinars before I created my webinar for Online Expert Empire, because I wanted him to teach me the highest level skills possible. And those are the same skills that you learn in the program. And I applied all the things that he taught me to my own webinar. And that's why I have about a 90% opt-in rate, which is crazy. And I'm just super, super thrilled about that. So crazy stuff. Axel Hernandez, what do you do for work? What do you want to do? Let's talk about that. So Shannon Barbato, you have an adventure boot camp. You're one of the OGs of the ABC, just outside of Boston. I didn't even say that right. You're gonna like that. That was a hack, right? Sorry. And you do super well with that. And yet you've been doing it for more than a decade. And you're like, I want to expand. I want to do additional things. And so now you're creating online courses. And I see you do a lot of Facebook Live videos with nutrition, cooking, and all that kind of stuff. And you're so good on camera now. And also, I think you'll agree that a lot of your improvement on camera is from the training from Chris Pirelli, right? I would agree. And then I've helped you some as well, but definitely Chris is a huge factor in that. And he is the main coach for the video training of Online Expert Empire. Give me 10 seconds here. I'm gonna turn on the fan. Hopefully it doesn't make too much noise. It's actually hot here. Whoops, hang on a second. I turned it all the way back down. There. If that makes too much noise, tell me if it sounds like it's whistling or something. Yes, so you learned from him. That's great. So Shannon, you are doing great. We fixed those little tweaks that you needed, and now it's just time to execute. Focus, focus, focus. Remember, the last 2 days before I launched Online Expert Empire, I worked 12 to 14 hours a day, both days, Saturday and Sunday. It's a weekend. I'm like, I want to kick back. I want to play with my dog. I want to have a cocktail. I want to chill out. And I couldn't. I needed to work and focus and focus and focus. So if you're not quite there with what you need to really just put the hammer down, set aside distractions, and do work. Get it done. And you can do this because you're brilliant and you're so good on camera. So good. And everyone just loves you. And your video views are super high too. Incredible. If you notice, if you go back and look at your other videos, you get better and better on camera and your views go higher and higher and higher. Now what I need to do is we need to talk about how you can boost those to get even more traffic, and you need to focus more on a call to action to get those people to do online coaching with you. That's the next step. And that's been missing, and we need to do that for sure, okay? All right, so let me just go here real quick. Axel Hernandez, what's up? Okay, I would like to be able to have an online business that will give me opportunity to coach volleyball. Cool. I coach at a high school and club volleyball in La Cruces, New Mexico. Very, very cool. This is easy. This is an easy thing. So, Axel, here's what you do. Not now, just take notes because I want you to stay with me here. When you're done here, go and do a search for groups on Facebook for volleyball. So I'm guessing you do, it's probably indoor, right? Because I know indoor and outdoor are totally different. There's a different number of players and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure what you specialize in, but I'm guessing if it's high school, it's probably indoor. So, and club is probably very similar rules to high school, I'm guessing. Find out in these groups on Facebook what people want. Yes, it's indoor. Okay, cool. And how many players are on a team in high school or club? Or is it different? Is it 6 or 8? I forget. I think it's 6. Correct me because it's been a while since I've done that stuff. So here's the thing. What are the biggest challenges that people have when they want to learn volleyball? Is it serving, setting, spiking, or all three? Is it conditioning? Do they need to learn plyometrics so they can increase their vertical leap? Is it cardiovascular condition because as the game goes on, their vertical falls apart? What is it? Is it all these things? Is it teamwork? Is it mental focus? Is it all of that? And each of those could be broken down into a different module. So you're you could do volleyball mastery or elite volleyball mastery, 7 keys to being a champion player, right? Okay, it's different, but between 10 and 14 players, wow, that seems like a lot. Okay. No wonder beach volleyball is so hard in the deep sand. Jeez. So all of those, you can make an online course, a training course. You can do let me see. I want to make sure I'm saying stuff correctly here. Carl in Hawaii was doing with yoga. You could do a book on volleyball, but just do like a PDF book and then have that the basis of your program, which could come with like diet, mindset, conditioning, flexibility, how to increase vertical jump, teamwork, sportsmanship, leadership, bump set, spike, serving, and all these different things. Like each of those is a module. And then here's the other thing, actually, you can think of is, and this goes for everyone. While you're listening to this, you guys, I want you to think about how does this apply to me? How can I use this? Because this can be translated into all different niches. It doesn't matter if we're talking about fly fishing, knitting, or kickboxing. Honestly, it's universal. These strategies, what you fulfill is different, but the strategies are very similar. So, Axel, what you do is you can market this to the parents of kids. You can market to the kids themselves. But like if you're just going to go find out where these people are on Facebook and then just join these groups and communities and find out what their problems are. Find out their biggest issues. Find out the injuries they're having. Find out why they're losing the game. Find out why they're winning and figure out all these different things and then create a system that solves their problems and sell the system. But you must first establish yourself as a world-class expert in that industry. I'm sure you know your stuff. If you're doing club and high school, I don't doubt for a second you know what you're doing, okay? That's super cool. But other people may not know you're an expert. So how do you establish credibility? Build your brand, video shoot, photo shoot, Facebook Live, offer free education, get out there and speak at events, go to seminars, workshops. I bet there's conventions for volleyball. I bet there's coaching certifications. I bet there's clinics and workshops, and indulge in it. Figure out where the problems are and figure out how to solve the problems and sell the problem fixer. You get it? But you have to establish yourself as an expert so people give a damn what you have to say. Because I know you're good. I get it. I get you're good. We all have these skills and abilities, and you're like, man, I know my stuff. And you see some other stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, why don't they do this? Because they didn't know you existed to solve their problem. So that's what Online Expert Empire does, is teach you how to become a world-renowned expert so you can solve these challenges. So let me just give you an example of, I'm just going to go through, I just have my calculator here on my phone. So let's just say that you make a program for this, Axel, and this goes for anyone too, but let's just say, Axel, you create a program for volleyball mastery, and we're just going to round it up to make it easy. And it sells for $200. It's 10 videos and, you know, PDF documents, and then they get like maybe a half hour of Skype or Zoom coaching with you or something like that too. It's $200, right? So it's $200, and you sell that to 100 people. That's $20,000. So would that be helpful? And that's, I mean, that's awesome. 20,000 is great. And that's just the beginning. You could sell that on Lynda, Coursera, Udemy. You could sell it on your own website. You could create a Shopify store. You could create it, turn it into a physical product. You can have people turn those into, some people still like DVDs, you guys. You could turn it into a physical product and sell it in DVDs and CDs and PDF, or you could print on demand and do pamphlets and booklets, and all that kind of stuff, and sell it on Amazon. There's even an e-commerce module in here from Larry Loic about how to turn your programs, products, and services and expertise into physical products and white label them, private label them, and syndicate them and sell them all over the world, and let Amazon do all the work, and you do a revenue share with Amazon, but it's your product. I have friends that make $1 million a month on Amazon. Crazy, but it's true. It's a lot. So you can do this, you guys. You can do this. I promise you. So I'm glad you like this. Axel, the program is 100% money back guarantee. The details are on the website. 50% off for the first 50 people. Hang on a sec, you guys. I'm going to go through and tell you this next module here. So module number 11 is online coaching, mentoring, training, and consulting. So I give you an overview of all these different things. What's the difference between coaching, mentoring, training, and consulting? First of all, let's talk about that real quick. What is the difference? Because a lot of people use those terms interchangeably. So coaching is eliciting excellence in someone. It is determining their values. It is giving them leadership. It is being a sounding board. It is finding out their resources that they have available to ensure that they are successful. It's all that and more, but that's coaching in a nutshell. And other people have different interpretations of this, I understand. Then there's mentoring. Mentoring is kind of like, that's probably the oldest form. Think of like the old apprenticeship, like in the olden days. And there's apprenticeship, like someone wanted to learn how to be a blacksmith, or wanted to learn how to be a farmer or whatever. They did an apprenticeship, and it was really mentoring. They studied under and used the term shadow. Have you guys heard that term, right? Someone wants to shadow you, or you want to shadow someone. That's because they are going to mentor you and let you learn exactly what they do, because what they already do is what you want to learn. It's not similar, it's exact. Oh, you know how to make gold jewelry? Mentor me, because you have experience. Usually the mentor, not always, usually is older, because they've done it for more. They have more years. They have more experience. So I just realized I've been going more than an hour here nonstop, and I've hardly taken a breath. This is crazy. I'm all fired up. So mentorship is when someone wants to do exactly what you do, and that you allow them to shadow you. And that can be done in person, online, or a hybrid. Any of these can, actually. And I teach you how to build a hybrid out of all these. Then there's training. Training is different. And I know a lot of people would refer to that like fitness training or something, because that's generally how it's done. But training is like, hey, I'm your trainer. We're going to do this because I know this works. 4 sets of 12. We're going to go with a 20-second rest cycle in between each one, and we're going to gradually increase the weight, and we're going to do 5 exercises, because science says this will give you X result, and that's what you want. Training is, there's some coaching involved in training as well, obviously, and it's vice versa. Sometimes you have to change hats. But training is teaching someone how to do something because that's the right way to get it done. They want a result, and darn it, you're going to do that. And then there's consulting. Now, consulting is kind of a cross between coaching, mentoring, and training. Generally, people think of consulting in like a business context, like a social media consultant, or someone who is going to come in and help a small business with consulting. They have experience. There may be some mentorship. They may elicit your values and your motivational strategies, and they may also do some training on software. But essentially, when you do consulting for someone, you have experience in the type of thing that they want to do, and you may bring in other consultants and other resources and other things to facilitate the goal that they want to reach. And so that's what that is all about. So that is the difference between coaching, mentoring, training, and consulting. And people may have different definitions and applications, and I would accept other ones as well, but that seems to work pretty well. And so remember, so when you create your online expert empire, you can do coaching, training, mentoring, consulting, teaching. You can do it to one-on-one, one-on-a-few, or one-to-many. Like right now, this is one-to-many. If this was in a closed environment within one of my coaching programs, there'd be more dialogue back and forth. I wouldn't be broadcasting like this. We would be using Zoom, so we have a dialogue, not a monologue. But it would be done in a similar fashion. And you can do these things, you guys. Whatever you love, whatever you're good at, think about something you really know well, and you're like, oh man, I'd love to help people with this. Why don't you do it? Why aren't you doing it? You can make a bunch of money, live your dream every day, and help people live a better life. It's awesome. You have this incredible sense of satisfaction. It's really, really awesome. So, Axel, going back to your volleyball, you're working with the high school. It's very satisfying working with people in person, right? I get it, because you can do the high fives, you can hug it out, and you can celebrate the win and all that stuff. That's awesome. But also at the end of the day, you're thinking, man, that's hard to do every day. I'm tired. There's only so much of that you can do because you just get exhausted, right? You can do that to a point, but then you can complement it by building your online expert empire and then making that additional $20,000 like we just talked about. It's probably gonna be a lot more than that, but I never want to overestimate stuff. But if you made $20,000 on your first product, that's going to be awesome. You're going to do really well. But I show you how to go through that entire process, by the way, from beginning to end. But also remember, Axel, if you create one product, so let's just go back to Axel's example. So if he is he's making money with coaching club volleyball, high school volleyball, then he could do an online coaching program for people who want to maybe adults, maybe they have like an adult league and they want to learn how to improve. So you could do online coaching with them, and you could do it through video, or you could set up a camera in the gym and do this. They get paid to coach volleyball at the high school, $5,000 a year. I know, and you do it more out of the love for it. I know it's not a lot. I know, and that's just the way it is for most high school athletics. I totally understand. But you literally can make $5,000 a day doing this. Not all at once, not in a week, not in a month. But within a year, with a lot of hard work, you absolutely can make $5,000 a day doing what you love. And what if you even made $1,000 a day? That's $365,000 a year. That's more than you're doing right now. What if you made only $100 a day? That's still what, 36,500? Is that right? Someone correct my math. It's still a good living, right? So you can do a lot of different things. But you can also think about this too, Axel. And this goes for everybody. There are a lot of parents who homeschool their kids, and they need to have PE. They need to have some type of physical education. And the parents are looking for curriculum for homeschooling. So Axel, what I would do is do a Google search for, let me think of how to do this. Do a Google search for homeschooling physical education curriculum, or volleyball for homeschooling, or volleyball training programs, like video stuff. Just look at what all the different people are doing, and then you can create one and market it just to parents who homeschool their kids. And there are associations and groups and clubs on Facebook, Meetup, LinkedIn, just for parents who homeschool their kids. And then you can sell your program and target those people just to the parents who homeschool their kids. Is your head spinning? And listen, you guys, and then you can actually offer phone, video, Skype consulting with the parents to teach them how to facilitate for an additional fee. And then if you want to start a blog on volleyball, then you could sell the clothing, the knee pads, the balls, the pump, the nets, other people's training videos, programs from ClickBank on how to increase your vertical leap, and all kinds of stuff like that. It goes on and on and on, you guys. Is this starting to make sense? Are you starting to get how huge this opportunity is? That's why I don't stop, because I literally have so many ideas that it's just how fast my team and I can pump stuff out. Now you're saying, well, I don't have a team. You don't need a team if you're just starting out, but once you start growing, you can hire a team. You know, I have people that work for me in other countries, and I'm able to provide a very, very good living for them because their cost of living is 1/20th of mine in California and Las Vegas area. And so I can pay them a much smaller amount, but they live much better than a lot of people do in California, and it saves me a lot of money. And they get to really enjoy a very wonderful job that they love, and they facilitate a lot of the stuff I don't care to do or I'm not good at. I have a guy who does my video editing in Macedonia for a fraction of what I would pay someone here, but I'm paying for his college. But it costs me a fraction of what I pay a video editor here in the States. But I'm helping him get through college in Macedonia. How cool is that? And then I don't have to do any video editing. There's a lot of resources like that. Tremendous resources. So let me go through a couple more things. Mark, I know you just joined us here. Mark Nutting, what is it that you do? How can I help you? What would you like to learn? So again, there's 15 modules. We're talking about onlineexpertempire.com, answering your questions about how to turn your passion and hobby or existing skills into a successful online business so you can grow a business with passion and purpose. So module number 12 is membership sites and recurring revenue. This is training with Ryan Lee. Some of you guys may know who Ryan Lee is. He and I were two of the first people selling fitness education and information on the internet in the 90s. And then we've just become friends ever since. I've spoken at his events, and he's helped with some of my programs as well. He's a great guy. And he's made millions and millions of dollars with membership sites. So he gives you the overview of how to start a membership site, what you need to do, how do you facilitate it, how do you get the content, how do you engage the members, what software to use, all that stuff. So that's all in module 12. Module 13 is e-commerce, and there's a couple hours of training there from Larry Loic. And Larry has a highly successful business, and he speaks all over the world. He was just in Dubai, and then he was in Singapore and the Philippines teaching this. He's taught for me at the Penthouse group before, and he's taught for my other groups as well. And he's brilliant at e-commerce. So if you want to sell on Etsy, eBay, Jet, Costco, Walmart, Amazon, and many more, he teaches you how to do that in this module. In fact, he also shares with you how you can say, and this is actually what's most fascinating, how to shop for your family and save thousands and thousands of dollars a year by buying directly from some Chinese importers. In fact, I just bought a bunch of stuff and I'm not exaggerating. I swear I'm not exaggerating. But I am approximating here. So let's just say that something cost $60 in the store, in a physical store, but you could get it for $45 on Amazon. Where I bought it, I got it for $9. And so I bought 5 of them. Why not? Because it's such a killer deal. So that's another thing, is you actually learn how to shop and save. You can't get everything for your family, but you can save a lot for different things that you use every single day. So if for no other reason, actually just the purchase of this course will allow you to save more than that for your family in annual purchases. It's insane. And I just did that, and actually some of the packages just arrived yesterday, and some more, I just got a notification, are arriving today. It's fun. It's like Christmas, except it's almost free. All right, so I'm answering your questions on how to turn your skills, passion, hobby into successful online business. Wow, I've been going almost 2 hours here. My voice is hanging in there, but so go to onlineexpertempire.com. If you already know you want it, go down to the bottom. There's a 100% money back guarantee. It's 50% off for the first 50 people. If you want to watch the webinar to have more of your questions answered, it's really comprehensive, and I go through a lot of different stuff, and you can click on that and watch the webinar in its entirety before you register. So 50% off for the first 50 people. So module 14 is affiliate marketing. So here's the thing. We've been talking about making your own programs, your own products, physical, digital, and stuff like that. But did you know you can make up to 50, 60, even 70% commission, sometimes higher, which I'll explain in a minute, selling other people's products. So you don't have to make your products. You don't have to go through that process. You can sell other people's products and services. On average, you'll make 50% commission. When is the last time you did a sales job and you made 50% commission? I'm guessing never. But the only time you can do that is through digital online affiliate marketing. So that whole module, module 14, teaches you how to sell other people's products. You can sell it on Facebook, YouTube, you can sell it on Instagram, you can sell it on your blog, you can sell it through email marketing, or all of those things. So I sell other people's stuff, and I have other people sell my products, and sometimes I just focus on selling my own programs and products and services as well. But you can do all of that and much more. You have options. That's the beauty of this, you guys. You're only limited by your willingness to work, your creativity, and people who speak your language. But even that's no longer a limitation, because you can have things translated, subtitled, and tweaked and modified in a way to work in other countries and other languages. In fact, some of the best-selling affiliate programs sell more and make more money in their second language than they do in their primary language. So you can do that. So I go over all of that on how to sell other people's products. I've sold dog training, saunas, jacuzzi, prepper, survival stuff, dating stuff. I'm trying to think what else I've sold. Erectile dysfunction treatments. It's just funny. Bunch of different stuff. And I've made money doing all of those. And that's a totally separate side business from what you probably know my business to be. But I just did that on the side. And some things run their course, and then you migrate and do different things. But a lot of things I've done, I make money every week on it, every week, and it just keeps going. John Porterfield, you say what? John, if I don't come across wellness and videos, is okay. Oh, if I don't come across wellness videos, okay to do an article every few days instead of video? No, you must do a video. It is in your head, John, that you don't come across well. It is your belief that you don't come across well, but it has nothing to do with you coming across well or not. So here's the secret to you guys to doing well on video, okay? Number one, prepare. Number two, don't worry about it being perfect. How many times have I screwed up on this video? I don't know, 100? I don't care. And also, John, if you are not perfect, that makes you human, and that makes you likable. It's okay. And smile more than you think you need to, and more often than you think you need to. Because otherwise, you don't want to have that resting bitch face, or look like you're sad or mad or pissed off or confused or something like that. So open your eyes. You also want the camera. See, the camera's up here, and it's higher than my eyes. I just lost my connection for a minute, but I think we're good. If the camera is low, you look down and you don't look happy. But if the camera's up, you also get more natural light in your eye, and your eyes are more open, and it will make you look happier. And also, no one looks good like this, especially if you're over like 30 or 40. No one looks good like that looks terrible. Like, I'm thin, it looks like I have a double chin, right? Doesn't look good. So you need to have the camera higher. I have a light above me here, and I have a unified background. So you want everything to be crisp, right? And ideally, I should have another light that pops back here that separates me further from the background. That's called a hair light. And that would be a good idea as well. I just don't happen to have one here because I'm rearranging stuff. But you must get on camera. You guys, I mean, you can do things like you've seen people do a screen share or stuff like that. But how, John, think about this. How are they supposed to like you, know you, and trust you and build an affinity towards you if they never see you on camera? Would you trust someone that would never show their face? Would you? Why would you do that? Why would you trust someone if they're not willing to show their face? It doesn't make, hey, Dave McCarthy, how are you, man? Thank you for joining. So even if you're having a challenge on video, it's okay. You know, first of all, everyone you do will get better. They continually get better. And also through the video training, which is part of Online Expert Empire, you learn how to make yourself look better, feel better, sound better, all these different things. So I have this Yeti microphone here. Can you see that in the shot? All those things matter, because if I did this, it changes the sound. It doesn't sound as good. But I know that if I talk like this and I have a smooth, silky, velvety voice, that will pull you in. That was creepy. I'm not going to do that. So get a good microphone. Doesn't cost much. And you can just get a lavalier or lapel mic. You know, they're $50, $75. A Yeti mic doesn't cost that much, but it makes a huge difference. Get good lighting. You can get a softbox kit. Softbox kit. You can get one for like $75 on Amazon. And you put them at 45-degree angles, a little bit elevated, and it's nice soft. It filters the light, so it's not harsh. You don't need to get any weird shadows and stuff like that. If you think you're gonna get all sweaty, like I'm probably a little shiny now because I've been doing this for a couple hours, wipe off your face. You don't look shiny or sweaty. Wear something that's contrast with the background. You already know your craft. No one's gonna question you. You're like, oh, that's crap or whatever. Like those people, just ignore them. Like, look, here's the thing, you guys. This is really important. Okay, going on a tangent here, a little bit of a rant. You will get haters. Okay, you will get haters, and that's okay. I have haters, and I love my haters because it just makes me strive for greater levels of excellence. But here's what you can think about. If you have haters, they are beneath you, because anyone who is parallel with whatever you're doing or is in sync with your thinking or is even maybe more intelligent than you or has done more than in the area that you want to excel in, they realize your effort and they appreciate that, and they're too busy being successful. It's only jackasses who aren't successful and are miserable and hate themselves that hate you. So just feel sorry for them because they're pathetic. It's okay. You're already better than them. So no one who is hating on you is equal to you. That's just the way it is, okay? So no, just feel sorry for them. Just feel sorry for people who have to hate and are cynical and things like that. They're screwed up. So just ignore them. It doesn't matter, all right? And realize that they will always be there. So think about it like this. So I reach with all my programs, with everything I do, with everything, with my programs, products, services, educational courses, my schools, all my stuff, I reach about 1 million people a month. A million people a month. Hey, Tammy Walsh, how are you? You were in my movie, The Compass. Thank you so much for doing that. Great addition. So I reach about 1 million people a month with everything that I do. And let's just say I have 10% haters. It's reasonable, right? Hey, Billy, what's up, man? So if you have 10% haters and I reach 1 million people a month, that means 100,000 people a month hate me. Wow. Do I let that get me down? Hell no. I don't care, because I know that I have 900,000 other people who love me and care and want to receive whatever support and love and guidance I can give them. And if I let that 10% of people, which in this case is 100,000 people, get me down, I couldn't help the people who I want to serve. You get it? So screw the haters. And look, the thing is, when you first get on camera, you will not be perfect, and it's okay. I'm still not perfect. I literally have screwed up so many times since I started this video, and I'm okay. I'm all right with it. It makes you real. It's okay. You can do things that will make you feel more confident. Breathe deep. Stay calm. Also have strategic pauses at certain times which pull people in to make them pay attention to every word. You see what I did there? It's that simple, right? But if I talk like this, I'm like, hey, you guys got to do it. We got to do it. You're like, holy crap. It's like drinking from a fire hose, and it's very uncomfortable. But if you pause strategically and you pull them in and you pause right before or right after you say something really impactful, it will resonate more and it'll be more useful to them. Oftentimes when people are first learning to speak, they speak very fast because they're nervous, or they think it makes them sound like more of an expert because they're just able to do it like this. No, it makes you sound like you're crazy. You don't need to speak quickly. At times you can, because you can pull people in like that too, and then, right? So you can change your cadence and kind of weave this fabric with your voice. But if you're constantly like this, or if you talk like this, and I just said, hey, earlier I was talking to John Porterfield about fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. In fact, right now it sounds like I have chronic fatigue. It's horrifically boring. I'm gonna change modes here, and power of the pause. Yes, Tammy, tell me what you're doing now. I'm gonna help you with what you're doing. We're gonna talk about how to accentuate it online. Where was I just gonna go with that? Squirrel. I know I was going to say something super impactful. Darn it. What was it? Oh, crap. I'll come back to it. It was something I was going to say. I screwed up again. Do I care? Yeah, I wanted to share that with you, but it's not the end of the world, right? So, Tammy, tell me what you're doing. The 15th and final module of Online Expert Empire that I want to share with you is how to launch your site, program, product, or service. Once you do all these things that we're talking about, there is a process. It doesn't have to be complex, but there's a process, a sequence, a logic to launching your book, your webinar, your podcast, your Amazon product, your website, your videos, whatever it is. There's a process to launching it so it works well. So in module 15, I'm joined by my good friend Peter Sorensen, and I wrote this down here because it's so impressive. He's like Oz behind the curtain, behind some of the biggest internet launches in the history. So Tammy, I'm going to answer your question in just 1 second. Cool. You'll learn from Peter Sorensen, who's the man behind the scenes of some of the most profitable and highly grossing internet launches in history, totaling over $100 million. It's crazy, right? Find out how to maximize all your efforts to release your products and services to the world. So in module 15, Peter teaches you how to do that. So that's why we finished with that module, because you have to learn how to release it to the world. So, okay, Tammy Walsh. Are you still in San Diego, Tammy? Certifying women to become life coaches. We have hundreds now in many countries. Okay, cool. So you're focusing on just women for life coaching, and are you focused? I know you did a lot with kids. Are you doing stuff with the kids now too? Oh yeah, life coaches for teen girls. There you go. Okay, there you go. Okay. So for women, you're certifying women to be coaches for teen girls, and yes, you're in San Diego. Okay, so that is very specific, and that's also why you're doing so well. So what I would do, Tammy, if you're not doing it already, is I would do a Facebook Live every single day. I would also focus on the main issues or challenges that teen girls have, and how a woman who coaches or mentors a teen girl can help solve those challenges with your training. So I would choose one topic a day, because I know there's probably 1,000 things that they could serve and be of service to those people. So do a Facebook Live every day, and each day you only focus on one topic, and that is the subject line of your Facebook Live, and you just say, today's topic, how to help a teen girl get through her first heartache from a breakup or something like that, right? That's probably fairly common. So that's one thing. The next one is how to mentor a teenage girl as she, I don't know, has hormonal changes or something like that, like when her body starts to change. That's another thing that is another topic. Another one would be how to mentor a teenage girl who might feel ashamed because of teenage acne. I mean, literally, like each of those can be a different topic. In fact, each of those different types of things can be future modules in your program. You can even do a mini course in that and do that as a lead generation tool for your program. You like it? Can I show me some love? Some hearts, some thumbs up. Come on, tell me, you like that? That's some good stuff right there. How to help a girl with social media overload. Yeah, that's good too. And also with bullying on social media. Bullying just pisses me off. That's actually my dogs are going crazy in the other room there. I was watching them. That's a huge growth industry, is bullying. So if you are a police officer, if you have martial arts training, if you have leadership skills or any combination of those things, and you want to do anti-bullying programs, those are very, very well received. You can do live training, and then you can do online training, and that's another kind of thing you can sell to people who homeschool their kids. Bully prevention. There's so many ways to do this, you guys. It's truly endless. So you can take your passion, your hobby, your existing skill, and turn it into a successful online business. I've done this, and I've helped literally thousands of people do this. I've generated many tens of thousands, or millions, tens of thousands. I better have done that. I did that this month. I've generated tens of millions of dollars many times over doing what I'm telling you right now. Training, coaching, mentoring, consulting, masterminds, selling products, writing books, doing podcasts, live events, seminars, workshops. You learn how to do all that kind of stuff in Online Expert Empire, because some of the stuff's online some of the stuff's offline if you choose, or you can do it all online. My business is about 95% online, 95%. And every day we do business with about 7 or 8 countries. Usually overnight, I do business with 2 or 3 countries while I'm sleeping, which is awesome because I love waking up and getting that money. It's just incredibly rewarding to serve people all over the world, but also to know that you make enough money by the time you woke up to be able to pay your bills for the day, and you're good. And then everything else on top of that is gravy. You have the ability to do this. It's not exclusive to me or the other people that I've been talking to here. You have the ability to do this. Wow, Brian, you're still on. That's great. I have to jump off now. Thanks for helping us. You're very welcome. Thanks for becoming the first person in the world, Brian McCormick, to join Online Expert Empire. So thank you so much. So glad you like it, and I'm super excited you're a part of it. That's it, you guys. I've been going about 2 hours. Like right now, it's 2 hours, that moment. Holy cow. Woo! I think this is my longest Facebook Live. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to help you. I want to serve you. 50% off, half off for the first 50 people. You can do this. I'm losing my connection here. I'm waiting for it to come back. Hold on a second. There, I lost my connection just for a second. It's back. That's it, you guys. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all. I need to feed my dogs. They're going crazy. I need to eat something as well. And I got to get back and do a little bit more work, but I'm going to enjoy the evening. Hopefully something good on Netflix. Get your copy. Make the investment in yourself. You will make it back many, many times over. Don't make excuses. Don't say you can't. Don't say it's for someone else. You don't have to be tech savvy. Not at all. Like literally, I am not tech savvy. I'm not. I'm like ADD, surprise, and dyslexic, and I'm still able to be successful with this in spite of myself. And you can do the same, okay? You can do this. I've been helping people do this stuff since 1992. I've made a bunch of mistakes, but I've had huge successes, and I want to share this with you. This is my magnum opus, I think is the correct way to say that. Magnum opus. I have never put together something this awesome, this comprehensive, this detailed, this in-depth ever in my life. So I'm super, super proud. And that's why I kept having to push back the launch date, because I want to keep giving you guys more and more. So it's awesome. It will help you. Tammy, I know you're doing really well now. And when you get Online Expert Empire, it will blow up your business. I promise you, it will. Some of my students are making 600% more income than they were before they started working with me. 600%. When's the last time you gave yourself a 600% raise? No, I can't guarantee you'll make 600% more because you have to apply yourself. But the opportunity's there, and I'm willing to guide you every single step of the way. Darn it. All right. So if you're ready to go, just click over to onlineexpertempire.com and click the registration button, and you get instant access, money back guarantee, 100%. If you still want more information, you can still watch the webinar, which is different information than we talked about here, and it's complimentary, and then you can register and get inside and get started. Live your dreams every day. Live your passion. Make your hobby the way that you make money. It should be. Why would you do something you hate? That's crazy. Don't be crazy. Be smart. Enroll right now. All right. Thank you. Peace out. Enjoy your evening.